Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
What up, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, IG, wherever the hell you are right now, man. I'm just grateful that you are here, man. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Welcome to the Late Night Tip. I am your host, Deepentropy, last of a writer's creed. Wherever you're watching from, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Some of you are new to me. Some of you are familiar with me. I thank you all for being present. We got a good one for you tonight. I've been wanting to get back at this one for a while. I did a reaction to this earlier in the week, but I wanted to go a little deeper into the context behind Phylicia Rashad, her comments, the backlash that she's been getting, because I don't know, I really just don't know where the anger and the hatred is coming from. So yeah, we're going to touch on that tonight. I told you it's going to be a long weekend, and yeah, let me bring this up real quick. Shout out to my writers, poets, content creators. If you're new to the channel, do me a solid, drop a like, follow me, I follow back. If you're active, I'm active back. It's all about reciprocity with me. If you got any subjects, any topics, anything on your heart that you want to discuss, or maybe you have a question for me or Jason or Sydney or anyone that's a part of the panel, email me, DM me. I'm always available, always pretty much engaged with everybody that is locked in with me, you know what I'm saying? So like, y'all should already know the energy, some of you dig. I want to talk about some remarks that Miss Rashad made recently. Now, she did an interview and she was asked a question about the pretty much the way that women are representing themselves in 2025. And you know, before I get deep into this, I want to say that honestly, there should be more women speaking on this versus me speaking on it, because I know coming from a man, it's going to sound offensive. It's going to sound like, oh, we're being jealous. We're trying to shut you up, throw you in the kitchen. We don't care about nothing that you do. We just want you to be slaves. And I already know how the rhetoric goes. It's always been the same shit for generations. And like, that's where we need to go ahead and stop with that. All right. The problem that we have now as a community doesn't have a culture bias. It ain't about black people or white people or Hispanic people. It's not about being young or old or having a degree or a doctorate. It's not about that. It's about being humble. It's about being meek, meeting people where they are. You don't know everything. You're not the wisest person in the world. You do not have it figured out. I've been here just as long as most of you, longer than some. Some of you have been here longer than me, and I'll never ever come out of my mouth and say I got life figured out. I will never ever sit up here and say, "Oh, because I've dated this person, or because I've been an addict, or because I've seen this and seen that, that I am still right." I could be wrong just as much as the next person, and y'all got to really stop with that. On top of that, you're too sensitive. I've said this a lot. If you've ever watched us up here, we say that a lot, especially me. You're way too sensitive. Men and women are way too sensitive. Criticism is constructive. It doesn't have to be a knock on your character or some form of degradation towards you as a human being. Just because someone has an opinion or someone is speaking factual to you does not mean that it's not factual, doesn't mean that you have to accept the opinion or the fact for what it is. It just means that you should be available to hearing someone else. Anytime someone ever said something to me that I disagreed with or agree with, I took it with a grain of salt. Me and you are having a conversation, and you're telling me, look, I think that you would probably benefit more by taking extra courses in a class or going to school for this, or maybe you would be better off in this field of work instead of that field of work. I wouldn't get offended by it. Like, you know what I'm currently doing right now. Maybe you don't believe that this is for me. Maybe you think that I can do better. Maybe you feel as if I could position myself in a higher plateau without having to subjugate myself to being disrespected, humiliated, or put in some type of humiliating sacrifice or sacrificial situation to completely shame me, everyone connected to me. I take things with a grain of salt. There's a there's so many different sides to it, is what I'm saying. And I noticed, and it's not recent, it's been happening for the longest time. Most people, when you try to give advice or you say something that opposes or go against what they were taught, it always gets met with combativeness. There's attitude. They want to fight with you. They want to argue you down. They want to shame you. They want to gaslight you. They want to call you out your name. It's always, instead of them sitting there listening to what you got to say, they want to cut you off and stop you from finishing your train of thought. The conversation is never really truly a conversation. Truly, it's always a bunch of you defending or going on the offensive side because you feel as though you're being attacked. when people feel like they're constantly being attacked, they never, ever know how to conduct themselves like an adult. It always ends up childish. And for the love of me, I never understand why at the end of the argument someone ends up getting hurt, or they get spiteful, or their ego or their pride get in the way, so much so that they see nothing but red and revenge. They look at you like you're an enemy. They look at you like you hate them. They look at you like you don't like women. They look at you like you don't like men. They look at you like you're a betrayer of the culture or the community. They look at you like you're a backstabber. Y'all need to grow up. A lot of you need to grow up. And that's the honest truth.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
Ladies. Let me ask you a question. Do you respect your elders? You know, do you respect those that came before you? Truly respect them? Do you honor them? Do you take their advice? Do you take their word? Do you hold value to it? Do you take what they've instilled in you and push it forward to the future, transferring it from your children to their children's children? Do you take their speech, their walk, their dress? Do you take their feminine ways? Do you take their ideologies? Do you take their faith in God? Do you do by them what they did by the people that came before them? Because, like, if we're being completely honest here, before you were born, it was your mom and your mom's mom and then your mom's mom. Their values and the way that they were brought up are completely different than you. We are in a modern era. Everything is either AI or is ran by social media. Everybody's life is about social media. Everybody's life is ran by social media. Social media, the government, your favorite social media gurus, influencers, celebrities. Your life is ran and operated under the fallacies and speeches of people who simply put a post in a text on Twitter or on Instagram. Y'all take their words for whatever you want to take it for, and you run with it. And the scary part about it, and I asked the question because Phylicia Rashad, she basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, she's not really too happy with the way that you are carrying yourselves as women. You're not walking like women. You're not talking like them. You're not dressing like them. And I don't even think any of that was really the problem. I don't think that triggered you. What actually triggered you was the fact that she mentioned men. The minute she mentioned men, and she said, men don't want this, men don't want that, you went off. You completely lost your shit. You went immediately to TikTok. You went immediately to YouTube, and you threw a whole rage. Oh, I respect you for who you are and what you mean to the community, but this is then, that was then, this is now. Nobody is trying to listen to all of that kumbaya shit. Nobody wants to hear that. Claire Huxtable. Nobody is dressing like that anymore. We are independent. We can do whatever we want. We can walk wherever we want. We can fuck whoever we want. We can lay down, get pregnant, and get knocked up with whoever we want. We can be hard-headed. We can be rebellious. We can be disrespectful. We can be problematic. We can call it whatever the hell we want. Who are you to tell us what we can do now? Y'all got so triggered. Y'all got extremely triggered. All over the fact, in my opinion, because she said men don't want that. So I'm asking, what are you so bothered by? That's what I want to know.
What?
Are you bothered by what she said? Is it because someone disapproves of your behavior? Do you not see what you're doing? Does it not register in your fucking head? Does it not come off as brash or lewd? Do you not understand that what you post and what you advertise has affected millions of men and millions of women all over the world? You don't want to take responsibility for it. I get it. Your argument is, I can't help that. You watch what you want to watch. I didn't make you watch this. I don't make you scroll on these posts. I don't make you click on this. I don't make you subscribe to this. Well, you do make them indirectly when you post this up here for them to see it, because you know how lustful, and you know what the heart does, what the flesh does to men and women. We all know. We're not going to act like we don't know. We all know what it does to people. If you're addicted to cigarettes, you're going to promote the shit out of cigarettes. If you're addicted to sex, you're going to promote sex. Whatever your audience is, whatever fantasies people might have, you're going to operate and direct all of your energy, all of your resources towards what works. And what works for a lot of you is sex. Sex. You don't want to say it out loud. You don't want to own up to it. I know. You don't want to admit that that's what you're doing. You don't want to admit that you're playing on the lust of men. You know these dudes is out here horny. You know we struggling. You know most of these dudes are incels. You know most of these women are questioning their sexuality. It's not a confusing concept. Nobody is stupid up here. We're all adults. All of us are grown. All of us. We know right from wrong. We know biology. We've had the birds and the bees conversation. You get up here, you show skin, someone's going to see it. They're going to find it attractive. They're going to fantasize about it. And from the fantasy, they're going to act on said fantasy, whether it's not it's through your visuals or it's through someone else's. You know that. Because your goal and your objective is to get traction, is to get attention. You want the eyes on you. More eyes on you means you have an opportunity to generate money, income, a lifestyle based on your own selfish needs and wants. That's what it is. So if anyone ever says anything to you that is basically cutting into your pockets, that's the problem. You're lazy, and the only way you know how to make money is through showing your body parts all over social media, showing your titties and your thighs and your ass. All you do is sit there for 10, 15, 20 seconds, twerk for a little bit, and then the video's done. Then you go through the comment section. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh, my girl. Oh, you're so old. Can I have your number? And like that's what you want. So when you have an actual grown ass woman, and I say this with every fiber of my being, when you have a grown ass woman who is telling you with the grays in her hair, with the wisdom, with the experience, with the wars, with everything that she's seen throughout her life, this woman has lived longer than most of us. Y'all have buried more children than she has ever. Like, come on, what are we talking about? So when you get a grown woman like her on a platform to reach thousands and thousands of people, and she's telling you, look, this ain't it. I'm sorry to say it. I don't mean no disrespect to you, but this ain't it. What you're doing ain't it. When she's basically saying, in your fucked up translation, what she's saying is, I'm trying to stop their money. This old ass woman is trying to stop my money. This old ass woman is trying to stop me from playing and using these idiots out here that's funding our lifestyles. They out here making $160,000 a month off of these fucking idiots that take their entire checks and spend it on OnlyFans and spend it on these link trees and all these goofy ass websites when it's nothing but use the vagina getting inserted day in and day out. It's probably been ran through with multiple STDs. You've probably already done stretched out your wounds. No good. You can't have children no more. I don't know. You done got ran through. You done desensitized yourself spiritually and mentally so much that you hate men. You hate the idea and concept of love and relationships and marriage because you're screwed. You're screwed. You've had too many demonic spirits coming in and out of you. You've had too many men going in and out of you. Now you don't know what the fuck to look for. You ever watched a TV that had static and it was just like it was real fuzzy? That's what happens to you when you have all of these different things going on within your body. You got too much traffic going in and out. You got David still inside of you. You got Steven still inside of you. You got Fred still inside of you. Peter, Bob, Tukey, all of them still in your memory banks. All of them. Whether or not it was good sex or maybe it was a horrible relationship and then you stayed because of the sex, or maybe it was horrible sex, but they funded your lifestyle, or they were old and they funded your lifestyle, or they were sweet and you just used them for their resources. You keep a part of every single person that you lay down with. Phylicia Rashad is telling you that the quality of life is so much more than selling yourself short, selling your bodies. Y'all don't hear it though. Your translator is off. Something is completely off. Maybe you need to have some reprogramming. When people are talking to you, right? Someone who cares will typically say something that rubs you the wrong way. Because in order for you to get to a place to fix the problem, we have to understand the problem. And if you don't understand the problem, how are you going to fix it? How are you going to fix it if you don't know what it is? You don't want to fix the problem because the problem actually is a part of your pleasure and what you enjoy doing. That's really what it is. There's no sugarcoating. You can't get around that. You can't duck that. I don't care how many people call and text you and send you cash apps. I don't care how many men fly you out. I don't care how many of these celebrities are in your DMs or how many children you have with this person. I don't care how many of your friends lie to you and tell you that you ain't stink, that you ain't trifling, I don't care how many of them suck up to you because they want to keep your friendship. I don't care how many people kiss your ass to make you feel better, even though they know that you're a piece of shit or they know that you're a user. They're not telling you the truth. I don't care about that. I'm going to tell you the truth. Phylicia Rashad said it so adequate. It wasn't even like she was up there saying you're a hoe, you're a slut, you're this, that, and the third. She was very smooth with it. Nothing that she said out of her mouth was disrespectful in the slightest. She even prefaced it and said no disrespect. However, whenever you hear something that goes against what you want to do, therein lies the problem, because it goes against your worldly needs. I gotta have it the way I want it. Nobody can tell me what to do. You're essentially a grown ass brat, a grown ass woman child who still thinks that they're a princess and they can just get away with shit and not get your fucking hands slapped or whatever. So let me tell me, where was she wrong? Tell me where she was wrong. Because I don't remember her going on this big ass crusade on a weekly basis speaking on this. She was asked the question, she answered the question, she did it in a respectful manner and went on with her life. I don't hear her. Let me tell you something. I don't hear nothing negative about her ever. I've never heard anything negative about Claire Huxtable. You think of Phylicia Rashad, all you hear is Claire Huxtable. She was the type of woman that every man wanted in their corner. Straight like that. That's the archetype of woman that most men want. All the little freaky deaky shit that you do is supposed to be for one person. It's supposed to be seen by one person. But no, you just gotta have everybody's attention. You just gotta be seen by everybody. Really? I mean, am I lying? Stop me when I'm lying. When I was younger, I really didn't want to hear what my elders thought. I didn't want to hear what they had to say. I didn't even care what they felt because, like, I'm young. I just want to have fun. I want to be stupid. I want to be a fucking fool and an idiot. I want to experiment. I want to be free to make mistakes. I want to be free to just dibble and dabble and everything. Just let me fuck up. What's wrong with it? I'm a kid. I'm a kid. That's what we do. We go out here and we play in dirt. We bust windows. We play with firecrackers. We knock on doors and run off the porch. We do stupid shit. That's what we do. Let me just do that until you get older. Until you get older. And those same consequences are completely different. They do not measure up to what happens when you start doing the same shit in your adult vessel. The older you get, all you're doing is taking that mischievous attitude and behavior and multiplying it. Instead of cutting school and cutting class, now you're just sleeping with multiple people. Instead of cutting school and getting horrible grades, now you're just lazy. You don't want to work. Everything has to come to you easy. We spent all of our life, we spent 12 years in school to get good grades, but we finally get out of school. You don't really want to work hard anymore. You want to take shortcuts. And you want to do it off the backs of other people. But in the same breath, you want to disrespect the people that's paying for you. Or let's say you do go to college. You get the degrees. Congratulations. But you're too masculine. Now you think that you're a man. You're a part of the LGBTQ community. Now you're walking around with your own penis. So you can't be submissive. You don't know how to be soft and gentle or none of that. You want to be a fucking dude. And in your head, you are a dude. I can fuck whoever I want without no consequences, nothing. You just reckless. You just out here slinging it around like you actually have your own expendage or appendage, whatever you want to call it. You dress the way you dress, and then you get harassed. Then you have a problem with it. You get catcalled by people for the way you dress, and you get angry with that. But in the same token, you want to confess to all of these different things except for the fact that you optimized your aesthetics to get the attention that you got. But you don't want to hold yourself accountable for that. Instead, you want to blame everyone else. You minimize damage by lessening the access that the eyes and the windows of the soul have to you, which is pretty much what they see visually, which is the body. We are visual creatures. You didn't even take time to really understand what she was trying to say to you. With that little bit of time that she was speaking, she said so much. She spoke about so much within just a short little time period. You don't even understand what she just did. She gave you a whole layout. But because feminism has made you hate us, it's made you look at us like we are the enemy. It has made you look at us like we don't like you. We look at you like dogs and animals that we walk on a leash, and you are supposed to just do as we say and not as we do. And that's what feminism has done. Feminism told you that you can throw on a strap on and you can fuck whoever you want. Feminism has told you that the world does not honor nor need nuclear households. Feminism has told you that this version of it is the original version of what it was, and it's not. They lied to you. Cardi B is a victim of it. Sexy Red is a victim of it. Megan Thee Stallion is a victim of it. SZA is a victim of it. Most of your favorites are victims of it. Look at Cardi B. Cardi B is not happy. Beyonce is not happy. However, you got the picture. You got this visual of a world that doesn't exist. What you think is real is not. But you're getting upset with a generation that you're angry at women who dealt with slavery and then some. You're angry at women who lived life longer than you. These women walked to work. These women got spat on. These women dealt with racism. These women dealt with way more than you have. Way more. They had it way harder than you. But you have been awarded access to privileges that they didn't, and that in lies your attitude.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Soon as you start getting faster access to vehicles, to your destinations, you could order things more convenient. You didn't really have to leave for it, or you could make money faster. Oh shit! All I gotta do is flash my chest, and I can make 100,000, 200,000. All I gotta do is sit in front of a camera and spread my legs, and I ain't gotta go nowhere. And the money is just falling into my account. Shit, I ain't gotta do no resumes. I ain't gotta have no interviews. I ain't gotta do none of that. All I gotta do is hit the app, download it, boom. I'm straight. The rest is just gonna fall into my lap. Right. But on top of that, now, even with that access and all of these opportunities, you are unhappy. You're on medications. You don't like your ex. You don't like the child's father. You don't want to have any co-parenting. You got all of these woman hating clubs. You're up here celebrating the fact that you slept with 3,000 people. You up here doing parodies about cheating and sleeping with multiple people. You're up here celebrating and talking about how to use and finesse dudes and how to do this and that. You act like that's attractive. You act like that's womanly. You act like men want that. You act like that's the way to raise children. You're supposed to be the ones. Oh,
Fuck you.
I'm at a loss for words. I really was like you before, and if I could go back in time and hear the words of any of my grandparents or my uncles or my moms or any of them, I would absolutely love to hear from them again, because you are opening more gateways to hell than you're opening doors to heaven, inadvertently and on purpose, because you're rebellious. Remember what I said earlier in the stream about communication and being able to listen and process. You don't have to get offended by everything. You don't have to be right all the time. Like, come on. Well, this is where you're supposed to sit down, shut up, and listen for a second. Allow someone to speak life into you. Allow someone to say to you, that's not the way. I can show you a better avenue to take. You don't have to do that. But this is where we are. We make our own rules. We wake up when we want. We go to sleep when we want. As long as you don't feel controlled, even though you are, you might hate that dating requires a level of submission. Does not take away the fact that you are still working for someone or under the thumb of somebody. You're still a slave to somebody, but you're a slave to people who don't really give a shit about you. And instead of focusing on, for one, being a woman of God, being healthy, being mentally stable. You don't have all of this distortion going on in you because of trauma. You're not all broken up and beaten down by having to, oh, I trust him, I love him, to I hate him, I don't know if I want to deal with him, to going back to them, to leaving them, to going back to them, to leaving them because you're attached to whatever spirit is with him and to the sex and all this superficial shit. What's wrong with listening to someone that's older than you? Your ego's that inflated? Are you really that stuck up? Are you really that shallow? Is it really that bad? That woman is trying to save you. She's trying to tell you something. She don't have to say nothing. And Anton Daniels said this recently, and I wasn't even sure how I felt about it. But he said, fuck them all. He said, the older generation, don't say nothing to them. Don't say shit. Just let them fucking die off. Let them go ahead and be destructive. Let them go ahead and be hard-headed and go out here and keep doing what they're doing.
How dare you?
Go ahead. Don't say another word to them. Let them live how they want. Let them move how they want. Don't argue. Don't go on a history lesson. Don't summarize. Don't put up no charts. Don't do no shows. Don't say nothing else. Let them go out here, dress how they want, talk to people how they want, and be whatever it is that they want. Let's see where it gets them and how far it gets them. The world don't care about you, me, or anyone else. You're not special. You're not exempt. You're only prolonging the inevitable. That's it. Eventually, it catches up with everybody. That's the part that I think is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious when you feel so immune and so invisible that you're just going to avoid having to face up to the consequences of your lifestyle. And it's yours to live, and it's yours to embrace, enjoy, or not. Nobody is telling you what to do. Nobody is standing in front of your door with a set of handcuffs and arresting you and throwing away the key. Nobody's doing that. You know it. I know it. You know why you feel the way you feel towards her, just like I do. So, with that being said, don't say sisterhood. Don't say nothing about wanting a community of women. I get tired of seeing posts like that. Y'all be on some bullshit. You know damn well you don't want no real womanhood. You don't really want that. They don't even want it. They don't want women holding each other accountable, and they don't want the men to have functional, put it this way, they don't want functional men with functional women, straight up. So how do you go about doing that? I already spoke on this earlier. I've spoken on this. Jason has spoken on this. Sydney has spoken on this. Anna has spoken on this. Christy has spoken on this. You'd be surprised how much we've said they don't want households. They don't want families. They don't even want procreation. They want to kill off any seed that's possible. And they've been successfully doing it for decades, for generations. It's the oldest trick in the book, but it's so effective that you can't even see it for yourself. You're so blinded. You're so blinded. All because you're just easily triggered. And you're the same ones who say that you're looking for someone who has emotional intelligence when you have the IQ of a barbecued biscuit. Your brain is just as active as a pecan pie. You got the body of a model, but you got the attitude of a 5-year-old. And when you get older and you're 55, 65 years old, and you walking around like one of the Golden Girls, still chasing after penis, but you can't get what you wanted to get, and you still 50, 60 years old, stuck in your ways, talking about you're not settling. It's going to be one day you're going to be sitting there with your cats, eating a bowl of fucking salad or whatever the hell, and it's going to dawn on you that I should have listened. I shouldn't have been so stubborn. I don't know how I feel about what he said. I'm like, fuck him, yeah. Because you don't care. You don't want to listen anyway. Like, if I'm being truthful, I would love nothing more for the ladies to take the constructive criticism, not look at it as disrespect. I love everybody. I want to see everybody do well. Why would she get up there and say what she said if she didn't care? Or it wasn't a concern? Think about that for a second. Really think about that. To the people who get so offended, why would anyone go out of their way to speak to you when they could just live their life? They don't have the problems you have. They're not struggling the way you're struggling. So what other reason would they have to do this interview or speak about this if they didn't see something, if they didn't already go through that time machine? Phylicia Rashad has already been where you are, and she's already passed it. She survived it. You don't get it. I know, because I've been warned, and I've been in that space before with plenty of people. But you go on and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Keep on. I ain't knocking it. I ain't gay. I love my ladies, but you know, I'm not probably even in your tax bracket. A lot of y'all are so superficial. You'll never see me anyway, and I'm cool with that. I mean, for real, I'm really cool with that. But just know that there's always a reason behind someone. Like, I'm not going to sit up here for a whole hour and just talk for no reason. I'm speaking on this because it needs to be said, and you can ignore it, or you can take what I'm saying and do with it as you will. She didn't have to do it, and the ones before her didn't have to do it, but they do it because they care. They care about this world. They care about this life. They care about the inhabitants in it. And if there's a way to prevent something negative from happening, then why not speak on it? What they say on them little programs that they stick on the side of the walls in these offices and stuff like that. If you see something, say something. It's something like that, right? See, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I didn't see anything disrespectful. I didn't hear anything disrespectful. And I think that everybody here that's watching, all of you would want to see your loved ones again. There's not a single person in here that would not want to sit next to their grandparents or their family. Anyone who has been gone for a year or more, you want to see them again. You want to hear their voice. You want to laugh with them. You want to talk with them. You want to ask more questions. You want to embrace them a lot stronger than you did before. So, yeah, you will appreciate this one day. Hopefully, it's not too late. Anton seems to think just let it be. Don't even bother. Don't say nothing to him. Don't even. I still think there might be a chance to reach one or two people. One or two. Maybe not everyone, but maybe a few people. Why not? I don't think that's impossible. I highly doubt you're going to get to every single human being, but y'all are stubborn, man. Y'all are hella stubborn. You refuse to be wrong. You refuse to be led. You refuse to be told anything, but you'll listen to the person who signs your paycheck. And you'll listen to the person who did this and did that. If they are responsible for your revenue, you'll listen to them. You'll shut up then. Anybody else is a problem. And this generation is fried. That's why we get all this sickness. This is why we have so many broken homes, dudes crashing out, bitter women, bitter men. Because you want to live the way you want to live. You know what's funny? And I'm gonna close with this. You know she's not the first person to say something about this, right?
Where'd you find this?
She isn't the first person to say you need to dress more appropriate. Y'all call them pick-me's though. So all of them are pick-me's that say you need to dress better. You need to respect yourself. Every woman who goes against your bullshit philosophy, every one of them that disagree, all of them are pick-me's. All of them are just delusional and wrong. But you're saying though. Okay. Excuse me. Look, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I said my piece. I spoke my piece. Take it for what it is. I ain't mad at you. I'm not going to listen to you complain, though. And if you're watching this, man or woman, I wouldn't listen to them complain either. I wouldn't even entertain it. And if you anything like me and you done went out your way to try to help somebody and they spit in your face, leave them alone. Let them do them. But don't spin back over here. Not over here. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. You figure it out. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted to figure all this shit out on your own. So that's exactly what you're going to do. You wanted to live how you wanted to. You're going to do that on your own. One thing before I get out. Repost, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm back tomorrow. I'm getting my lineup ready for the week, Lord willing. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Yeah. Stop being so fucking hard-headed. I know I'm hard-headed, but I ain't that hard-headed. Shit. Shit's wild, bro. Fucking wild. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man.